Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aries, July 18, 2022. With your ruler, Venus, aligning with Uranus today, you're turning your attention to areas of life that could use some change, updates, and a more progressive approach. The sudden urge to push boundaries can figure strongly now. Intimate relationships or feelings are likely to heat up suddenly, or this is a time when you awaken to feelings you've buried or denied. You may need to pull yourself out of your comfort zone just a little to get what you want or deserve, but the results can be fantastic. Whether these involve people, objects, or situations, sudden or unconventional whims, desires, and attractions can take hold today. It's a time for being bold about taking care of yourself and your needs, but it may be best to save the more significant decisions for a time when you've processed your feelings. Things are spicing up in your love life, and that's an understatement. For instance, whether you're single, crushing, or already romantically involved, it's not every day your luscious planetary ruler, Venus, collides with spontaneous Uranus, not to mention via your intimate 8th house of sex, mergers, shared resources, and soulmate connections. If you're already committed, this could definitely shake things up, and in an unexpected way. Granted, you could always opt for indulging in your unconventional delights, as long as your cutie pie's on board, of course. Others of you could discover a new fantasy or sexy fetish in the most unpredictable way. Financial twists and turns could come out today as Venus conjuncts Uranus in Taurus. With these two planetary energies blending, you may not feel as secure in your investments, resources, or even debt. But this is not a bad thing. The conjunction could allude to a sudden inheritance of money or property. It may also refer to an investment finally paying off. Some of your debt could go in an unexpected direction, like paying off the last bit of it or even accepting new debt as part of a financial decision. That the moon is not only spending the sun's last full day in your work sector in your income sector but at a friendly aspect is a win/win for income and money matters. This first visit since Pluto's retrograde turn puts the moon, income matters, and the untapped potential you now have better access to in harmony with the sun's focus on where you are going on the job front. Your family doesn't seem to be supporting you as much as usual. Instead, they are critical now and then. Don't go on the offensive, but listen carefully to what they are saying. Who knows, their objections may be justified. It's better to discuss this with friends, as they see matters more objectively. You need to be patient with that one prospect. If they're slow making up their mind, that also means they'll stick with you if they decide you're the right one. Let things slide for a little while. Being tested, you seek proof as to whether the decisions you made regarding your love life are correct. It's possible others make you aware of having made a mistake. This is a good time to reevaluate your situation. Remain calm, be optimistic about the future and let events unfold. Better times are on the way. The transit of the day makes you notice your successes more than your failures, and that's a great thing. Revel in all the things you do well that don't necessarily get noticed or praised by other people. You can affect your self-esteem just by letting in a bit of praise from your own internal voice. Congratulate yourself for getting in some yoga, for making a healthy meal, for communicating honestly with a friend. These are the things that create a healthy life. Today is the day to get new and innovative things happening. Yours is a compassionate life path personality, and this isn't always easy for you. It brings a greater responsibility when it comes to helping others. However, by allowing your natural creativity to flow freely, you can't help but introduce better ways of doing things. With the day's vibration happening, you are encouraged to start something new. Go for it. Don't let shyness or a fear of rejection or failure hold you back. Thanks to a friendly aspect to the moon before it left your communication sector yesterday and to Saturn just prior to that, this is making it easier to keep the communication lines open during Venus' last full day in your relationship sector. It is tomorrow that Venus will swap her planet of love for her planet of money hat when she joins the Sun and Mercury in your financial sector. Until then, while aligned, the Sun and Mercury are giving you a chance to get your head in the game financially, Venus is still working to give your relationships a voice. Ahead of the Moon's return to your romantic sector tomorrow, the focus is on your relationships. Venus, the planet of love, is spending her last full day in your relationship sector, capitalizing on the Moon's departure from your communication sector yesterday and the support gained during the week to ensure you are emotionally engaged, with the communication lines open. Our eyes in the sky. Investing money today can reap big returns and dividends. It's also a great day to connect with those you haven't spoken to in quite some time. If you're single, pay attention to the people you meet or engage with today. They could play an important role in your future. Embrace the positivity and good vibes. Today is a pleasant day, which is a nice change from all the cosmic chaos of last week. There's some powerful energy fueling your ambition and driving you to get a lot done today, but power struggles are unavoidable during the difficult Moon, Mars, and Pluto cardinal T-square. If you can feel the tension building between you and someone else who also wants the leadership role you're intent on playing, it's going to come to a head at some point. And when it all blows up in your face, it's not going to be pretty. You might want to have an alternate plan ready in case your authority is successfully challenged. After a brief void of course period, the Moon enters playful Leo, helping diffuse some of the more difficult cosmic energy from earlier. Luckily, you should be able to forget about some of the day's tenser moments as you play with your kids or go out dancing with friends. Being the center of attention is your main goal now, and whether it's adoring affection from a lover or all eyes on you on the dance floor, you're happy to soak up the happiness that being in the spotlight offers you now. Regardless, we will confront psychological material at this time, and we are offered protection to this end so we might understand our inner workings and unconscious motivations without getting overwhelmed. Following this connection, the Moon falls into a void lasting into the early evening. Use this time for reflection. We might think we are living in the here and now, but how much of our personality and identity hinges on nostalgia? Are our thoughts of what it means to be productive, tech-savvy, or eco-conscious actually rather inefficient and outdated? Under this influence, we believe that it is our purpose, our mission, to help others modernize their lifestyles by encouraging them to think outside the box. There is freedom in liberating ourselves from old conditioning, and thankfully, others see our message as revolutionary and exciting, rather than disruptive. In the morning, the Cancer Moon trines Neptune in Pisces, stimulating our creative impulses. Ultimately, we get more from rest than from exertion now. When we allow ourselves to relax, we gain the ability to tune into serendipity and thereby develop greater trust in our intuition. We can use this influence to practice divination techniques, such as reading tea leaves, tarot, or scrying. Looking to our astrological charts can also be revelatory, not because we are seeking answers, but because we are open to receiving insights from the universe. Late in the morning, the Moon squares off with Mars in Aries, provoking tension. Our emotional needs and desires conflict at this time, creating an internal battle of wills. We risk taking our frustrations out on anyone who happens to get in our way. Obviously, this is a poor use of our energy, which can be much better applied to self-examination. Otherwise, we can get our angst out through physical activity, but should avoid competitive sports as we could accidentally injure ourselves or another when we are simply attempting to face a challenge courageously.